Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we are over here on Shava Pro's account, which is the current rank 1 of server 922. He is a fresh new whale, of course, running sword and shield team over here to keep his leadership. But the reason we are over here today is not for the sword and shield, is exactly for Flare Zygarde. I've been on his account yesterday on stream and he asked me if I wanted to do Flare Zygarde on his account. I just checked that it's level 24 fusion, so we need to make that level 25. Everything else is ready. And now that I see something interesting, I'm not sure if we have enough fusion cards. We need to go and raid a little bit, maybe buy a little bit more of it and try to raid some fusion. And honestly, I'm going to buy this vid that he missed yesterday. And also together with maybe buying one more time a vid over there. Okay, we have 900 vid. This is perfect. We are going to raid 10 times over here this safari because, well, it's the best safari that he can raid for now. And hopefully this gives us just enough to make a level 25 fusion. It's actually just enough. Wow, it's perfect. There we go, beautiful, we have our Zygarde level 25, and now before we actually make it Overlord, I want to test out the Zygarde itself. We have like a team over here. In order to play Zygarde Overlord, you need the other Zygarde, the normal Zygarde itself, because if you go and read the passive Overlord Flare Zygarde, you can see that it benefits from having the other Overlord Zygarde on the field as well. But as we can see, this player does not have like the Zygarde yet, so he needs to work on it later. So for now, I really just want to take a look at how this Flare Zygarde performs before we evolve it. This is an Unova Kyurem team. I haven't seen those in a while. Let's just get that buff of defenses. I'm not going to use my immortality because I want to see if I can survive. And apparently, yes, I can. I just don't deal much damage yet, unless I probably just do the single target dragon skill over there. No, not even that. Actually, this time I need to cover myself. So let's just not die yet. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Maybe just use the ultimate. It deals a decent amount of damage with the ultimate. Yes, we do. And of course, the Ho-Ho also deals a decent amount of damage. Our Zygarde is dead. Let's try another player in our friends list. This player over here has Sword and Shield, and I also feel like it can be a close battle in a way. Like after the upgrade itself, you can see that he just removed the shield and then he one-shot us. I know this did not look like close at all, but I feel like after the Overlord, we will have a chance to take this team down. So without further ado, what we are going to do right now is that we are going to grab our little Flare Zygarde and we are going to make it Overlord. And there we go, we got our big boy Flare Zygarde. But let me just change the held item really quick, because our main skills are usually this one and the ultimate. We only use like the dragon type skill in a rare occasion, and every other skill is a ground type skill. So we are going to change the Dragon Fang into a Charcoal to increase our ground type damage. Now, as a reminder, we don't have the second ability yet of Zygarde, which is very important because it's the heavy armor. And heavy armor not only provides you with additional protection against critical hits, but also gives you a boost on 30% of defense, which is not specified over there in the book. So with that in mind, let's go over here and test against those Kyurems. I'm going to start with the Endless Circle, mostly because we want more stacks of our passive going on. In this situation, I don't want to use any buffs whatsoever. I just want to see with the Flare Zygarde itself, like a solo Flare Zygarde without needing any additional buffs, can perform in this power level. That is my curiosity. Maybe I'll just use the ultimate over here. And now it one-shotted the Kyurem without even being a crit attack, which is freaking awesome. It basically just means that we are actually just dealing damage and doing stuff. And keeping in mind, This Flare Zygarde is not built. This is pretty much just the base power. We don't have like many gears because we are still on the early game of gears. And even on the hidden skills, we don't have much healing ourselves. It's just some basic resistances, and that's about it. And now let's go for the final test, which is against the Sword and Shield. And apparently, now, because of the upgrade, we are moving first, because we are already starting with some stacks of our passive, so we have increased movement speed as well. Now, we are moving first, but not by too much, just by a tiny little bit, which is fine, and we are going to start with Endless Circle. And now let's finally do a battle over here against Golem, which is the Sword and Shield we tried a while ago, and now, well, because of the upgrade that we have done, we are starting actually first against the Sword and Shield. It's not by too much though, it's like just by a tiny little bit, but it was just enough for us to start against them. Of course, they are lower powered, we have to keep that in mind, but, well, Sword and Shield is OP, and if you have a Pokemon that can defeat Sword and Shield, even if they are lower power, that Pokemon is usually good, which is, Flare is one of those Pokemon that, if you are playing against a Sword and Shield that is lower power than you, Flare is one of the few Pokemon that can beat Sword and Shield. Now, we are going to start with Endless Circle, so that we get more stacks of our passive going on, and we get an ultimate to the face, and as you could see, we survive all of that. If it was the normal Flare, that would not happen. But since we have the Overlord Flare now, that has a chance to happen. Because, well, Flare has increased restriction damage reduction. So, which is freaking awesome. I'm not even going to use the buff of Ho-Ho over here. I think I want to see the raw power of Flare to see if we can just kill this Zacian. I'm pretty sure if I use Ultimate, Zacian is dead. But I want to use the Endless Circle again. See how much damage we can actually deal. Yes, okay, and now we're dead. We are dead, let's just try again. Okay, let's go for our last battle. So, according to what we learned, we should survive, right? Let's go over here. Oh, now it was yellow damage. Where did that yellow damage came from? I am not sure, but it does not matter. We are going full buffs on this thing, and we are going to ultimate and destroy that sword. Easy as that. We just use like a normal buff now, and we finish off with a group move, not finishing it off, but close enough to finish off. And as we can see, Flare was victorious this time. But honestly, quite nice. Changing the held item there for sure made a big difference, and the more he invests on this Pokemon, the better it becomes, obviously. Even though right now he already has Sword and Shield, he has Creator Arceus, so maybe he will make Flare his second team or third team, we don't know yet. But right now what he needs to focus is on his sword, so that he can clear more content on the game, make his sword stronger, etc. And later he can focus a little bit more on Flare Zygarde. I really hope you guys enjoyed this showcase. Thank you very much once again to Shavo for allowing us to record this video on his account. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next video.